Hey everyone, here's my video on the Neuroscience of Dance article. So first off, I really liked this article. It was very interesting and brought up some things I hadn't really quite considered before. Also, being white, I don't really have rhythm, and I can't dance very well. Maybe one of these days I'll take dance lessons. But anyway, so the neuroscience behind it. I'll go right to the end. I especially liked how they suggested dance was maybe a kind of evolutionary precursor to language, and how during all these tests they saw a lit up region in the brain corresponding to the homologue of Broca's area. And Broca's area, for all you people doing brain atlases and making brains with me and stuff like that, is known to have a language function. So they hypothesized that perhaps this Broca's area homologue that's being activated by all this dancing and whatnot may serve to place movement into seamless sequence, just like the actual Broca's area in the left hemisphere correctly sequences words together and things of that nature. So that is sounds like a very reasonable hypothesis to me. And another thing that I'm just going to add on to that is basically, they also mentioned that dancing often involves, clapping your hands or making other noises, snapping, things of that nature in addition. And then that just kind of tied back in with the idea of evolution of language. Perhaps once people started dancing and then they started snapping their fingers and clapping their hands, our brains started to associate first initially dance with language, and then maybe started incorporating some of these sounds into language, such as the clapping, and then maybe eventually it's not too hard for me. It's not too hard to see the jump from snapping and clapping to uttering vocal sounds, and then associating these vocal sounds with language, which could have shifted to the left cortex in Broca's area as we now know it. And maybe the right area, the right homologue of Broca's area, it's not really used all that much. Essentially, in modern times, it could just be kind of like a evolutionary relic, kind of. So I thought that was pretty neat. I also liked how the studies with over time, the people that danced showed more activation in their premotor cortex, and that there was kind of a motor map on their premotor cortex. And I can kind of relate to that personally, because they mentioned a golf swing. I do play a little bit of golf, but I played baseball for a long time too, and it was really all about muscle memory. And as I started working more and mastering a swing and kind of integrating this motor map of a baseball swing into me, this became natural after a while. But then when I started, looking at other people doing swinging a bat, I could identify similar things, and it would kind of activate certain parts of my brain, technically, that I would immediately recognize as a right swing, a wrong swing, good thing, bad thing, that I could relate to that I wouldn't be able to relate to before. So I liked it. Good stuff.